once a week at some point in the week, I get on here and I force myself to have verbal vomit. And I have Kitty's. He's real happy about me doing that to him. I talk about my life and stuff, and I'm a poor man's ugly Dodger Lee, I guess. I don't know. What the fuck? Oh, I forgot I put a thing in the hallway. I just saw a cat jump into nothing. I was like, what? What's happening? Hey, Weewhack. Hey, you want to say hi? You want to say hi? My derp-eyed kitty. So I've been trying to pack up things around here, and I've been enjoying not being social and trying the interwebs better. Actually giving me a lot of time to properly make adjustments on Gamebox. Though I don't know why technology is like this. It seems like everything that I use to do like picture work when I have to do it, because I fucking hate it, is ridiculous in that it gets worse as the technology gets better. The process to use it is like I updated GIMP because we were experimenting with drawing shapes. There's a plugin for GIMP that lets you do like polygons, because GIMP doesn't do it on its own, though MS Paint does. I don't understand, because I really think GIMP should replace MS Paint as far as I'm concerned. MS Paint has no point in this world anymore, other than it's Microsoft proprietary. So I had to make sure I was on the right version, and I was trying to look at stuff my friends were looking at. So I upgraded to 2.8 to make sure. I'm sorry, I was outside hanging with my neighbors, and these mosquitoes got to me, and they're killing me. So I'm gonna be scratching my ankles throughout this whole bloody thing. Which I don't know, it doesn't matter. Okay, so it used to be I could just load my existing sprites, or the pictures, the sources for my existing sprites, into Game Maker. I could just load them all in. They could be different sizes, whatever, and I could shrink them all individually or all together. I had the option to do however I wanted to do, so that they're all the same size, because that's what I need to do for the menu option, so that you can see what piece component that you're after. And so in Game Maker 8.1, that works out really well, which is like $100 right now. Crazy. I got mine for like $25 back in the day. Highest I think I ever saw it was $50, and now it's like $100. I think it's to discourage people from getting it, because you can get the pro version of Game Maker Studio for like $10 less. I think that's the one they want people to have. And I've got the master version of that because I'm an asshole. I have not gotten my money's worth out of that thing. But in that, you can't. If you try to load a different size image to the sprite set, it tries to change the entire sprite set to that, which doesn't make any sense to me. I'm trying to think like how you would actually do a Mario that grows. So like you'd have to change objects, or at least sprite sets. Yeah, you'd have to change sprite sets, and then the new sprite set would have to contain the old sprite, probably sprite set, and then you just use a bigger box, and then you'd have to like over time change sprite sets to the bigger sprites. Yeah, I think that's how you'd have to do it. Ridiculous. It just doesn't make any sense. Taking away granularity is not good. It's not good. I tackled dishes. I got shit out of the way for sure, for realsies. I went back and I rewashed a bunch of stuff. I washed down my George Foreman. I just cut my face with my skin. What the fuck? That hurt. All right. And I tried the little patty things I got, and they're all right. Really saved it was the bag of veggies I steamed with it. But I realized I actually do have some veggies in the cabinet I got to get rid of. Got this peanut butter and jelly in there. I should probably buy some bread and finish through some of that. Oh, yeah, because I have bread in there that's like months old and not molding, which is frightening because like I used to buy Nature's Own, and that would like mold up pretty quick, a lot quicker than I would have thought. Which made me scared. I'm like, oh, what's in here that's making it just eat up so fast? Or like, oh, they're not selling it by the right dates. Or I had a lot of suspicions. And then like I bought like the Winn-Dixie brand wheat bread, like whole grain or whole wheat or whole grain bread, and like the shit just stayed in there and didn't do anything. I had some tortilla things I never did anything with too that never molded or anything. It's like, oh, I was gonna eat that. If the mold doesn't want it, then why should I eat it? So like now I'm really torn about like buying bread in the future. But I've determined that like I probably eat too much fucking bread as it is. I've been thinking about it. Like all my symptoms. Like I saw this thing. It was like 11 signs or 7. I can't remember. Number of signs that you have a protein deficiency, and I looked at that and like they're all me. And I've always been meat heavy, but I've always been pasta heavy too, and that's more of a practical thing. Not pasta heavy, grain heavy, because like pizza you can eat with your hand, you just pick it up, fold it, eat it. Sandwiches you eat with your hand, you pick it up, you can walk around and eat it. A lot of snack food is grain heavy, whether you think about it or not. Like almost every snack item I can think of is bread of some sort, some way, shape, or fashion. Or it's chocolate, which is its own thing. So, like, there are vegetables that I like, I enjoy, like especially broccoli, like steamed broccoli. Honestly, that was my favorite thing out of the bag. It was the least in the bag. I should have just found a bag of steamed broccoli. The other thing I managed to do is I blended up the frozen fruit, which I forgot I need a catalyst for. I need some kind of juice to put it in so that the blades suck down the frozen thing, because I just packed it with frozen fruits, and they just stood there and laughed at me. It's like, oh, you wanted to chop us up, but no. So I had to use water, which, given all the ice around the fruit, it waters it down more than you think. So I need to buy some more fresh pressed apple juice and use that as a catalyst. And I think that'll be a good snack / drink thing, because like I resisted buying even my raw cane sugar root beer. Like I several times just like, no. I finally broke down because I went to Subway. I was like, I don't want fries or anything. So there's no point in stopping anywhere that serves fries. Let me just go get a tuna fish sub. Really good. But I was like, no, I don't need a drink. And then I looked over and I saw the Bark Trooper staring at me. I'm like, let me get a drink. Make it a large. So I ended up getting a large root beer. And that's fine. It was like one drink out of like the 2 days, like, because I didn't get anything with my pizza on Friday either. So 3 days. 3? I don't know. 2 at least. So I need to start cutting that out. I need to start cutting out the high fructose corn syrup, which includes French fries, which I didn't eat for like a year almost. And like, because they're not that much of a thing. And I don't know why, but lately I've been so hungry that I've been like, okay, let me just get a meal and I'll eat some fries. So that needs to fucking stop again. So I know you can't tell the way I'm sitting, but look here. I've got more weight than I want to, and I was, like I said, I was hanging out with my neighbor, and their little dog came out, and they were complaining about it a little bit, and I was talking to them like, oh, well, she wants to play, she wants to do this, like that's what this means, and that's what that means, and it's like, let me see something, and I ran her, like she just chased me, because like dogs like doing that, they like the herd mentality, especially Jack Russells. They're high energy, they're very social. One Jack Russell is actually kind of sad, but they're like, she'll like nip at them, like, because she's trying to get them to play, and Humans are very self-absorbed. My cats can attest. Lazy bunches of sods. Because like when I go to play with them, like that's usually what it is. It's like, oh, they're asleep, and then I'll play with the one, and like we'll get the magic string out, and then they'll wake up the other cats because they're making cat noises, and they're like, oh, what's up? Oh, he's got the string, and so they get up, and like we have a big cat party for a little bit, and it's like, okay, we can't do this for a whole hour at a time. It's insane trying to do that for extended periods of time. So what I like to do is I like to make myself take breaks from whatever else I'm doing to play with them for like 10 minutes at a time. And what's really funny is that they will pick things up and run off with them, especially Wheat Black, who I showed you earlier, my derp-eyed kitty, which is also a problem because I'm missing 3 items particularly around the house that are really bothering me. One of them was the back to actually one of these mouses. If you'll notice, the butt comes off. So I've got this ugly purple mouse because at the time it was the only one I could find. So I bought the purple one, and that's my living room computer mouse. So and if it wasn't, it would have been because that's the one that ended up getting knocked down. The cats batted it around or hid it somewhere. It took me 5 hours to track down like a little chest from Super Dungeon Explorer that they had knocked under the entertainment center in a space about that big. Ugh, you guys suck. So I can't find that anywhere. We when I picked it up, put it in the litter. I may have and pooped on it. I don't know. I may have thrown it out. The other thing that I can't find that I thought I had taped to the table saw is the ignition start key for that. You stick it in the switch and you flip it, and it starts running. And I'm trying to like sell off some of this shit so like when I finally do move, like I'm not dragging it with me. And I feel like I'm having to take a lot less than the stuff is worth, even at a selling point. Because right now it's worth nothing to me, so I might as well just sell it off. So which is why I'm doing that even, but I feel like I'm cheating myself a lot. Like I put some stuff up on a local ad place instead of eBay right away because I've got a couple things on eBay and I don't like how that's working out because I actually sold the Yu-Gi-Oh collection I bought off my neighbors. Like I put that on there. I think it was $100. It was like $30 shipping. So I made $70 plus whatever I'd made off the other cards that got cataloged, which I split with the store. So I probably barely made my money back because it was like at least 50, 25. So yeah, so I probably barely broke even. Or I made $5 extra. I don't know, but that was whatever. That was more the point to help out them than it was to help myself out. I've got to catalog enough samples of my magic cards to try to do the same thing with them. The Versus cards and the Duel Master cards, they're both out of print systems, but they're getting looked at. So that's good. I mean, I have a feeling someone's going to wait for me to like get frustrated and reduce the price, but I don't know. I was hoping the auctions would take care of it because all you got to do is bet 100 or whatever the minimal is, and then let somebody else go from there. What was I going to say? So I'm going through all that. So I put a couple of my tools out on the local. Fuck is that? Oh yeah, I had this thing. I get zits on my lips sometimes because like grease or whatever from one of them eating gets caught, and like I miss it when I go to wash my face because it's only ever like one. It's not like I got like a patch of stuff from like chicken grease or something. But it looks like I get herpes and it sucks. But it's definitely not that. So I'll find the infected follicle, and I've actually plucked all around out from there. It's a whole process. So I'm working on that. I've got to do that. I've got to get my armies up there still. I've been very lackadaisical in making progress outside of packing and cleaning the house. And when I say clean the house, I mean like scrub cleaning. Like I've got a situation around the oven. There's places where like cat hair has been accumulating that I've been vacuuming out. I've got a wall that I've got to scrub the bed. Like there's some serious deep cleaning that needs to happen before I get out of here. And the more I can get it done before I actually leave, the better. But I mean, things like that and like getting stuff sold so I don't have to move it. Oh God, that would be a dream if I could just get rid of this shit. I've been very lackadaisical because I've been trying to enjoy life a little bit, because my main hobby at this point is doing my programming work on Gamebox, and that has become very tedious and not enjoyable because it's like, oh, let's manually enter the numbers 208 through 790 twice, and then it's copy and paste. Oh, and then it's like, well, some of these were wrong, so we've got to go back and double check them, and I had to copy and paste each of those items. First I had to manually enter them, then I had to copy and paste them to 2 different lists, and then I had to coordinate between the 3 lists to make sure that like everything's correct, and that's going to have to come up in playtest, make sure that things come out as they are. And it's actually going to be really hard with the cards, because as soon as one thing fails, it's going to wreck everything else. Well, I'll just have to go from top to bottom. It's totally not how they're indexed either. Oh well, I'll have a nice time with that. But hopefully I can get that done. June is here, so my artist friend is trying to make time for me to work on the commissions that we got, because we need to make sure that she's on board and we can meet a happy understanding of what we want to happen with the product. If I can get that going, then I need to get that put into Gamebox so that I have a playtest, somewhere to playtest it without having to print off stupid cards that I've got to rewrite and shit. And then I'm working with my other friends in Indiana, because that girl's in Texas. With friends in Indiana for some very basic artwork, but they've got like a wedding and shit, and he just got a job, and they just moved, and they're gonna have to move again, go to where the job's at. So they've got a lot going on. So I'm not worried about them. Texas, she's pretty busy as well. So as long as she gets started for me by July, so by the time I get back from VidCon, we should definitely have it sorted out. I should probably tell her that. But she's trying to kick off her business and make what she's doing profitable on her own, and with people she's involved with, hopefully that'll happen much quicker. If I can get my ass to Austin, then maybe I can start to dig out the trench for myself a little bit like that. But gonna need the day job. Do not understand how some of these people live. And you have no idea how much I would love to live with somebody who understands me enough to know what's going on and deal with these assholes. And I think that's gonna happen whenever I finally get a house, my own. I need to go there and rent a house. I think that's definitely what needs to happen. And then when I'm able to finalize it, at least, because I got approved up to like 120K. It's not much for the area, but it's enough to get something. And I'm hoping that I can do that, and then I can get like my electric car charger installed, or the EV charging location, whatever the fuck it's called. Get that sorted out, and then if I can, I'm going to put solar panels on the roof. I got all this It's how anything in my head works, because I've got like game design even. Like I've got some very what I call simple games that I could pop out, but no one's gonna back or get into those because they're like, oh, I played that. That's what it is. But if I put it in a suite of simple games with a couple others that are deeper, then like that would probably sell. So if I can get a couple of these sorted out, then great. But like the reason why I don't have like a published game is because they're all grand ideas. Like when I first started, I didn't know how to program. I just knew how to design the game. So I did like the mechanics. I built the system. I built large parts of the world. And then as time went on, I had other ideas that I just started doing similar things with. And now I'm actually somewhat capable, but I realized that, like, especially with technology, what it is now versus when I started, because when I started, it was like NS or SNES, maybe in 64 days. And now, like, my vision hasn't really changed that much for it, but it's more complicated. It'd be easier and much more feasible with a team of people, but short of winning the lottery, there's not much you can do for any of that. And I guarantee you, if I won the lottery, like, and I just had $1 million that I'm gonna do whatever I want with this, like I'd end up buying a house. And I'd probably still have somebody move in with me and pay rent or something. If that was feasible. Because I don't want to live with most people. It's just a fact of it. But I would start probably a couple different businesses. I'd probably find a small to medium. I don't know if I could like partner up with Rooster Teeth somehow, but I'd find some media group like that and be like, okay, we're going to do some things. This is what's going to happen. And then, like, I don't know, like, it just seems like good business to do like an adult film studio, and then do that where it's pro women. Like, it's not how most of the industry is, and it's not all the horrible, shitty rumors you hear about the thing and what everyone thinks the industry is. Like, I'd like to help out in that regard. Honestly, I'm just being honest. I would probably, I don't know, like, it depends where I end up, but I would probably want a game store of some kind. I don't know if I would bother to manage it myself, but I would like to have a game store with rooms that'll be like, okay, I'm going to like reserve this room, and then me and my friends are going to go there to play. Or, I don't know, I guess you could do it at the house, but I'd like to have a game store. That's the retirement job when I'm old and crotchety. And the dream there is to not have it float off Wizards of the Coast. By the time I get a game store, there fucking won't be trading card games, not physical games. Magic the Gathering will be dead. It's a matter of time. It's going to happen. You're going to be dead. Those, if they are still around, will be in a digital thing, and they'll run like League of Legends and Hearthstone and Dota. It'll become an e-competition thing, and they'll lose the idea of doing booster packs as they exist. Like Hearthstone's reinvented booster packs. That's how it needs to be. Fucking waste of money. But fucking 10 years, hopefully we'll have gotten over the shock or the compulsion of in-app purchases too, because that's what the new booster pack is. It's like, oh, I play this game, I play Candy Crush, so let me throw some money at it. I play Hearthstone, so let me throw some money at it. Like, Hearthstone is a free game that people have literally thrown hundreds of dollars at. That's great. If you've got that to spare and that's what you want to do, great. But the same people I'm hearing that like do that, they also threw like hundreds of dollars at Star Citizen. Like, it's like really. And there's ideas I want to do for games that do that. So that would be my main focus, is doing the programming. But the problem is that if you want to do things in multiple businesses like that, you have to be a business person. And being a business person takes time away from development or whatever else you're going to do. So that would be my thing. I think is that I would end up paying people to make my products for me, and maybe I would just be on the design side because I'd have to be. So I'd have to meet with the different businesses and as a director, not like a film director, but like a damn director. Like, I hate that that's actually the same title for movies. Not commander at arms, but like a manager, like a head manager. President, I don't know. God, I know so many ways I wouldn't run my businesses. And that may cinch in them selling or not selling. I don't know. But you damn well bet, like, I'm going to steal McDonald's strategy. I'm going to, like, everyone in the fucking world is going, like, that's my thing, is, like, everyone's going to have our product. $5 a video game, especially the simple ones or part of the suite or whatever. Like, hell, do what Blizzard's doing. I don't understand why there aren't more things doing this. It's actually annoying to have like Steam and Origin and Blizzard. I'd much rather them all be one interface. But like, that's probably what I would do. I have an HTGB suite, and then like you would get like a couple games free or like a couple dollar games or whatever. You get the suite for free. Get your tail out of my camera, fluffy monster. You get like the suite for free, and then you'd have like a couple $1 games for like simple games, and then you'd have $5 games because I'd want everyone to get my game. And like, there's a point where that's valuable and a point where that's not. But like, that's what I would say is like, I like, as long as everyone buys it for $1, $5, $10, whatever we can get away with that is manageable, but I'd want everyone to do it. I wouldn't want to come out with these high $60, $70 price points on my games and like, okay, so a quarter of the world has them. Like, no, I'd much rather like half the world has them. Because not only is that like free, Rooster, will you stop? I don't know why you do that. That's marketing in itself, that people know the game, but I don't know. It's all these AAA bigwigs that think they're on top of things, and bothers me. McDonald's is, they sell cheap. Now, consumables are a different story altogether, but like the idea is that like, I'm going to sell it cheap. I'm going to sell it to as many people as I can so that the name gets out there. Coke does the same thing. Again, but it's another consumable, so people have to keep coming back. When you're selling things that are permanent, like games, the way your game gets around is by people talking about it. Be like, oh, you play games? Oh, I was playing this thing. And like, they're like, oh, what's that thing? And they tell them about that thing. And then they tell somebody else, because it spreads like a virus. It's person A talks to person B. Person B has another set of friends that person A is not associated with. And then like, so they tell person C, D, and E, and then each of them have their own thing. And eventually it will permeate through the whole thing if it's worth talking about. It's just what it is. I want my lotto plan. Oh, but I need to focus off the grandiose and do what's feasible. So I need to shape up and kick myself in the ass this week and put in like a job application a week, like a day. Because cover letters suck. They're stupid nonsense, but you got to write them. And I've got to get across the point that I'm relocating to Austin one way or the other. So that they're not like, oh, I don't want to pay for this guy. So with any luck, that's That's the way we do's. I've got to get that Magic collection somewhat categorized and doing. And I'm like, I'm not. It's late enough that I'm probably gonna go to bed. I may play a little bit of Minecraft or something. I'll do Game Spot tomorrow, or Play Spot tomorrow, and then I'll do. Oh, Game of Thrones is on. I forgot. Watch Spot tomorrow. I knew I'd forget. Trying to catch up on Elementary. And then I got not challenged, but suggested by Danny Danger, of all people, to watch Bob's Burgers. So I think I'm going to do that. And I made a very interesting proposal to Amanda Loon. So we may have to go through Brandon and Mark, but we'll see how that goes. Super interested in that. I really love getting involved with the Lovable Varmint folks. Weird Girls, Heroes of Awesome. They're not that they're separate things, but the Daily Dot. I really got to figure out like the org chart there, because it's interesting when I think about it too hard. But then my brain smells like bacon, and because that's how you say bacon. You got to make sure you get the extra bacon in there. Okay, but I'm going to run away now. This elephant's going to fight this octopus, and you'll see me next time. Bye.